Welcome to Costa Travels. Thanks for joining me today. Today I'm going to take you to a new adventure, a new idea. I will ride the buses here in Las Vegas, Nevada, and meet with and talk to some of the people that live here. Today I am going to talk to this homeless man who is trying to help the homeless veterans. Hope you believe his ideas are good. So come and join me.
Did you just move out here or are you visiting?
I've been on it for a bit. I'm a Twitch streamer, so I travel everywhere once in a while. I utilize resources.
Yeah.
I'm trying to move here eventually. I have 967 a month Social Security. I found a way around keeping my Social Security while I get Twitch streaming because I was underneath the 1995 Disability Act. Since I'm disabled and since social media isn't considered a job legally, I get to keep all the money from that and Social Security.
Yeah.
I only collect the money once a year. It's tax free. So as long as I'm not paying taxes on it, it's not considered a job.
Yeah.
So I could have to choose to pay out weekly, bi-weekly, monthly, every 3 months, 6 months, or a year. I chose every year. Because at that point, I can get a massive check, tax free, and then Social Security. Yeah. Might as well utilize the benefits while you can. I mean, eventually, of course, I'm going to call them and say, hey, I hit the lottery, and then they'll just cancel it. But by then, I mean, I would have probably, because my plan is to maybe get, if I can get that kind of money, I don't even get more than $400 a year right now. So I haven't been streaming in a while. But eventually, if I can get to a point where I start making a shit ton of money, I think I'm going to start on the West Coast, buying up a shit ton of land, and then putting out a notice everywhere. Because they did state that it only costs like, what, $20 million to get all the homeless off the streets in the U.S. and house them.
Oh, yeah.
So if I can get something like that, people buy up a bunch of land, I'll fucking do it. Instead of people just talking about it, I'll fucking do it.
You a veteran?
Huh?
You a veteran?
No, I support it.
Ask this guy if this is where you should get off the driver.
My name's Anthony. I try and support as many veterans as I can. As you can see, I got the boots, bags, everything that a normal soldier would wear. I went to jail in 2015 for doing something really stupid that soldiers try and stop. Like, I'll give you an example, but mine was pranks in email, like school bombings and stuff like that. I 100% regret it. I actually already have an expungement letter ready to go for the president, the DOJ, and everything else. So if I can actually be heard, I actually want to join the army.
You say you're homeless?
Anyways, yes, I get $967 a month, but every time I get it, I never have like a deposit fee or a way to cover it for the month because I get a pet. So I need the 50 and the 200, and I never have the extra 250. So I mean, I'm just trying to figure it out as I go right now. Every time I get my money, I buy gear. Like I bought this online on the military website where you get all the information about the U.S. military. And I mean, to be honest, I mean, it's heavy, it's reliable, it works, but all the proceeds that they save all goes right back to veterans. To be honest, I prefer it that way because my entire family's military, and they have more trauma than I have being homeless.
You say you're from the East, right?
I'm from Boston. Born and raised in Dorchester, Quincy, and then before I left from Stoughton, Massachusetts. So, I mean, if I had the option right now and I had $1
Stop requested.
I would probably take
Please
extra
stand
$1,000 of that.
clear when doors are opening or closing.
And even if it was the whole million, if someone handed me $1 million and said, "This is what would you do with this?" I would say, "Get the homeless off the street for the veterans." And they said, "You wouldn't keep it for yourself?" I was like, "Not till the veterans are off the street because they're homeless not because they chose to, it's because they feel safer because of where they serve."
You're there, so you know.
There are more veterans at the Salvation Army where I'm going to, and they all state that they're more paranoid about getting an apartment or getting a home next to someone because they believe it will set them up. And of all the things that they have seen, I actually met a Afghanistan soldier, and when they were kicking people off the tracks in Vegas, he preferred to go to jail than stay at a shelter because he felt safer in the tent on the tracks. And it reminded him of Afghanistan where he was stationed, he said. And he said, I said, "Would you mind telling me?" And he said, "I'd rather not. I don't want to hit you." And I said, "Well, be strong." So that should say something. If he says, I don't want to hit you, then that should say he has a lot of PTSD. And just being homeless on meth or doing drugs or just being abused by your mom or your dad growing up, you think that's PTSD? You have another big one. Join the military. You'll find out. If it was up to me right now, if I was president and I was able to, I would sign an executive order getting all the homeless off the street, putting them exactly where they want. We have a shit ton of government land here in Nevada. They don't even use. They have more land out there in the Ozarks in Colorado they don't even use. It's all government land. Leave the trees there. Put all the Vietnam soldiers there, the ones that are homeless, the ones that served in Afghanistan. Send them out here to Nevada. Throw them in the desert. Give them the supplies to build what they need. They'll survive. Don't worry about them. You guys train them to do what they need to do. You train them to be lethal weapons. You train them to die for us as citizens. You can't go any better and worse than that. I mean, they're like rangers. They'll move mountains in that time.
Well, you seem like you're very passionate about helping the homeless, and
Really trying not to cry. This is
there's not enough money. Like I said, you only make $900 a month.
900, and I use most of it for the bus. It's insane, and then I also buy an ounce for myself because I know that I'm struggling, so I use it to focus. An ounce of weed every once in a while at the dispensary because I help me focus, so I can do what I need to do to at least keep some money on the side and help my wife. And I have a cat right here too, so I mean,
Let's see the cat.
I do what I can.
Let's see that cat.
This is my kitty Anubis. His name's Anubis. I named him after the ancient god of Egypt, funeral rites, and the gatekeeper of the underworld.
Well, I thank you for all you're doing.
And I do what I can. Like I said, if Donald Trump, when I send my expungement letter in, if he could accept it, I would accept it with gratitude myself and join him. And they said if you don't go, someone in your family will go in your stead.
What's your wife's name?
My wife's name is Kelly. She probably doesn't want to be on camera.
Okay.
But yeah, it was crazy when my uncle told me about that. Saying that if he doesn't go, someone else will be taking his spot. You're all welcome.
What do you get to say about all this?
So, my name
Have you paid your
is
fare?
Kelly Ray.
If you don't pay the fare, you won't be allowed to ride.
I was,
Fare enforcement officers can expect taxes.
I,
Ya ha pagado su
I was
tarifa.
wrongfully
Si
dropped.
no paga la tarifa, no podrá
I
viajar.
have
Los agentes de control de tarifas pueden inspeccionar los pasos.
wrist surgery, and I keep getting in this denial. The trouble was fighting it for years, and I'm still getting denied. I owe over 1,500 back payments, and I'm trying to get my disability reinstated. So I don't know if I can get a notice or any kind of statement about that. So I have tooth and nail, even an attorney, and I can't seem to fight this. I can't look over the big accounts. I have mental breakdown.
This bag, and I can confirm it right now, is about 15-20 pounds, and she could not hold it in this wrist without her wrist doing this or doing this.
I need to be able to build it. I can't hold it up. So if you can look into doing that.
Hold it. Hold it straight out. See? She can't even hold it. I've been fighting that as well, along with supporting the veterans who served in America. I've been trying to take care of that. They owe her 15 years worth of max disability.
You're gonna live here in Vegas, right?
We live here in Vegas. We just went to Reno because I had just got a place out there. I spent $1,200, and someone had a cigarette. Literally the night I moved in, and I was in the middle of sleeping, fell asleep with it lit, and the place burned down. So now I'm back in the same situation I was again, doing what I can to support the veterans. Yeah, it's West Owens. It's on West Owens and Main. Yeah. You know where the courtyard is?
Yeah.
But at that light, when you're going down the hill,